I have to do a little crafting. I bought these bright colored pots. I got 3 of them. I think green, blue, and purple or whatever. And then I bought these whirligig flowers. So we can plant them in the pots up by the projector and then maybe put like some Easter eggs, and I got some grass, and then I got these little wooden like glitter eggs, and but they're flat, that little ledge? I thought we could cut out like out of green construction paper some fake grass or something and put those up along that ledge.
Yeah.
And then I got some just felt, they have a little bit of glitter on them, but big eggs and chicks and stuff to go on the walls. Awesome. Thank you very much. They're super psyched at school. And I got like those paper pom-pom garlands. I got those in the same color like as the plant pots and stuff, like everything like that. It should at least make that one little spot look real festive. I don't know.
Picture's not going to be that big.
Yeah, or we could decorate the lobby.
Gone. Oh, the voice. I don't know.
Patty's not here.
So we won't have Dale. We won't have Patty. Are we going to leave it?
You sure then?
Oh, I think so. Terry Lynn will be there,
Yeah. So let's revisit Patty.
won't she? I think she's on things.
Wow. There's no one.
I know. Do we want to where there's not many of us tonight?
Get in the middle?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yay! Like a regular, let's hash this out kind of meeting. Not a public spectacle.
How do I got all set up? Okay.
I think that
83%.
saves us from calling through the room to each other. 'Cause I think we should
Right?
talk
Yelling
about
at each other.
this whole meeting that's coming up next week.
Is that one not working? Oh, it might take a second to turn on.
Whatever happened the other night at the
Second
meeting?
turn on?
Did the camera ever come on? When I was so glad when that meeting stopped and I could get up and leave without feeling rude. My mother's always like, how come you don't leave early like other people? I said, I cannot stand up in the middle of somebody talking and leave unless it's some.
And I gotta change these out because we don't have them. I'll get you a new one of these too. But these are all.
Cool.
Probably not now. When I did it, it was all right. Amber.
Okay.
Not now.
So now I have to, never mind, throw those away.
Sorry, Donna.
Okay. Website for Pittsfield Community Theater. This is what I took. And I didn't pick it up. I have to say.
No, that's-
I'll get you. Because we just changed the prices over and I didn't do that.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay. I was so excited to give you
Website for
that and
Pittsfield
then.
Community
No.
Theater. Oh, you know what? It's having a hard time recognizing down here.
It will, but for now, it's very frustrating. And then I got my hand slapped by Disney.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Does it still sting? What happened?
Because we have Captain Marvel for 2 weeks and it's supposed to be clean.
Clean.
Clean. That means no extra bookings, no shows, no nothing. You can't have anything to go with it at all.
Okay.
Oh.
So
And-
last weekend, they slapped your hand for that.
And I have Vaughn coming in tomorrow, which is also with that, but the following week will be definitely clean. So-
Okay, let me ask you this. How do they know?
Because I have to tell them.
Yeah. Because you're on this thing.
But even
Yes,
renting
I
out the
forget.
facility to somebody?
Yeah.
What if we had been normally closed that night? What if he had rented on a Wednesday?
Then that's fine because we're closed.
But from here on out, we could
Try to.
try to keep our
Yes. and
nights.
we-
Is that just for Disney or is that for everybody?
As far as I know for Disney, I'm not sure.
Okay, good to
Because
know.
that's the only one I do. But I will make sure, because we have it for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and I'll have to make sure when I book them, that we make sure that,
Yeah.
I'll make sure there's nothing else going
Well,
on.
it makes sense.
Right.
How is it going having it 2 weeks? Are you having just as many people this second week? I'm so curious.
We haven't got to there yet, have you?
Mm-mm.
It just started Thursday night?
Oh.
This will be
Friday.
the second week
Friday
coming.
night.
We have Friday, and you're closed Tuesday,
So
Wednesday.
when next week we'll have some answers.
Mhm.
I am curious to see how it goes.
Monday night, I heard wasn't so many.
But we're also going, and we're in Skowhegan is showing it at this point. So-
I see that all the theaters, flagship, everybody's got it now. But it's like, it's right up here.
Yeah.
So we're not competing with them, we're trying to keep
Mhm.
our people home.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
And
that's
I'm
the
like,
point. Yeah.
I do. So I guess we are gonna call to order because Jenny says get moving.
They are
So I didn't know
on.
if this was official.
No, it's nothing official. So let's do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, our roll call, oh shoot. Amber's here, Donna's here, Jerry Lynn's here, I'm here.
Patty's not here.
Patty is missing and so isn't Dale. And our audience is
It's an empty seat, so I go
She's
through.
our-
our system.
You're our associate member.
I'm still a
right, or whatever.
volunteer.
That's right.
Neat.
We're allowed to have non-voting members.
I'll
So,
pen that right
if you
along.
guys don't mind, I'm very unorganized, I'm very sorry.
Actually, I want to get some toilet paper because my nose has been.
Go, go, go.
Rough. Having
Yeah.
I
fun.
wanted to run through the minutes, but I thought I had them on me, because they're.
I do have them in your packet.
Last week's minutes?
Yeah, they're right here.
Last week's minutes.
327.
Thanks. Thanks, Miss Donna.
I tried to put it in there.
Awesome, thank you. So, so Donna had reached out to Dale, and if I misspeak, you straighten me out, and she is still considering, right?
Yeah. But she just won't be able to make it tonight.
And Donna did get the notebook for the volunteers, we gotta remember to at least sign in. And, you know, hopefully we'll remember to sign out when we leave, but.
Hey, and yeah, I logged my hours while I was there cleaning, but should we should probably be keeping track of our other time and then putting it in there too as well, do you think?
I think volunteer hours is volunteer hours, but you could write what you're doing.
You know, but as far as when we meet to do these things for the town, shouldn't we be counting those
I think
Or
volunteer time is volunteer time. You could write a little note if you're cleaning, say cleaning, or
Right, but
special
log them
event, or,
all.
yeah, definitely. I did talk to Colonel Wiley a couple of times. He has my email. And he told me that he did go to the American Legion and asked them. They had their monthly meeting last Sunday. They are very interested in helping. They are considering helping with the movie, no problem. He says, we definitely are in, but we have to talk to the treasurer, so.
So they don't have something in particular he doesn't have something in particular he wants to show.
Well, he
Okay.
liked the flags of our father. He goes, you're reading my mind. Okay? Because it's about here, Jima,
Yeah.
and the raising and that's,
Yeah.
a big deal. So I told him we'd be open to anything, and he, will come back and email me and let me know when they figure
This
it
is
out.
for May, though?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yes.
Memorial Day.
Okay, just wanted to double check, so.
And it sounded like the American Legion has been thinking of us and are very interested in helping any way they can.
Is that the Colonel
Colonel Wiley, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Memorial Day is what we're talking about right now, a movie for Memorial.
Yeah, but that's with Colonel
And he
Wiley.
has two,
Right.
times.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got another time that he wants to come in?
Well, the Memorial Day is an event that we're putting together for Memorial, and then he is renting the theater a different time.
Right.
In July.
In July?
Right.
Okay.
Those are
Right
last
around
minute-
Egg Festival.
Last minutes, not these ones.
Yeah.
The
Deb
28th
King
of July.
talked to us.
So these aren't the revised minutes. Should get the revised minutes I sent out. It's okay.
Yeah, what
I just added the order that we put in under that.
Jen, were you able to talk to Jessica anymore, or we just kind of just holding tight there?
Yeah, she had to pitch the idea to SVH, and they are currently in the process of putting together a contract and all the legal stuff, and she'll get it to me as soon as she can. She said they are interested in doing a small popcorn for every seat in the theater. They want to pay for that, and they also, she didn't say how much, but she said they also want to contribute additionally.
Nice.
to support
So
the theater.
is this a one-night event?
Yep.
So we're kind of hoping they'll pick a Tuesday.
She said they
or
will
Wednesday.
accommodate to that, yes. Yes, I asked her that, and she said
Yep.
that's no problem, can do it.
And
I do have a question though.
yeah.
If they do the Q&A afterwards, do we need them to have the liability insurance? If it's a movie and a Q&A? 'Cause I think they probably have it being a hospital.
Right.
So I can just ask her for it.
Yeah.
Or you could just mention it, do you happen to already have this policy?
Yeah. They should have. Yeah.
They probably already have some kind of,
The liability,
Yeah.
yeah.
because they do a lot of events, you know, they've got
It's
a,
a big place like that.
Okay. So, Donna's still working on the crew to come in and buckle down our handicap seat.
is that something we can just do?
No, I'll need them to put big screws in, small ones into the floor.
So,
Otherwise, we just squeeze if they don't have
I'd
it.
like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
So,
Yes?
yeah. So, Donna's report.
January, February.
Oh, so no March still?
Oh, I just got
Okay,
them.
okay,
They don't come until the end of the month, because that's when they close.
yeah.
Wait for everything to close out.
So one thing I wonder if we should do is compare these to last year as far as the revenues and stuff for the town council. Cause I think one of the things that, you know, as far as the revenue projections and stuff, I think if we compared this year to last year, it might give us, now that we have part of this year to compare to last year, just to see how it's going compared to that.
Yeah, let's, we're going to be sitting and discussing how that all should look anyways. So I think that's a great point. Does anybody have any questions about Donna's?
I wish we could make it more people than for you. I have to get together like that.
No, this is a dumb question, but, no, I don't think it's that dumb. Mary Poppins, the night that Mary came, do you know what that was? Oh, okay. Shh.
That was a Saturday.
Saturday the 26th.
$317 in the box office and $270.35 in the concession.
Nice.
We had 66 people.
That night.
Yep.
Do you know how many did we have, just out of curiosity, with the superheroes the other week there? Saturday night.
Was it 26? 27.
something like that.
They had fun.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They loved it.
Yeah. I went at the end and came and cleaned up, and my best friend's brother went. I had to pick him up, take him home. So
I do think that,
And I did put a calendar together. I gotta take the scan, but I put it in here.
yeah, I saw that. I wonder, there is obviously a difference. Captain Marvel was pretty popular too. I want to put it out there that P-TAN's advertising for us may have contributed a little bit to why Mary Poppins was so good. I don't know. We really want to
are they still
keep a
meeting?
flow
I haven't heard
going with them.
anything from
Yeah,
them.
I met with Sarah. They are not meeting at this time. They're holding tight to see what direction we go.
I think for that, didn't we also have it on the PowerPoint before the movies? I think maybe if we can put all of our events up there too, that'll get more recognition.
You'll have our own events on the screen, commercials for 'em.
Like what's coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that?
I don't know if were the superheroes, was there one for that?
We had the Captain Marvel.
But not that the
We're not
superheroes were coming.
Yeah, because that was a last minute
Last
thing
minute
for me.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know.
And that's one of the reasons why I hate doing things last minute. So we just need to keep records, so if it happens again, we can refer back, oh yeah, remember when we did this, and we'll think of it earlier maybe, and, yeah. Anybody have any questions about Donna's reports? So, remember, I think we move on, and I think you have a very good idea. I would definitely like to compare where we're at right now to where we were a year ago. Is that something you would like?
Mhm.
So, we all got this last week from Deb. Did you get one too? I'll share one with you.
I didn't put on enough.
What's that?
I didn't print out enough. I didn't have it on the right paper settings either, so. Yeah, I left mine home at two also.
So if we could do you think it's worthwhile hitting each one and discussing it so we all know what's going on and, yeah.
Did everybody get the email that I sent from what Amber and I put together so far?
No.
Yeah, but we just print it out.
I think we were all on it.
Oh, yeah. My printer is not working.
I do think before, you haven't already sent the packet to them, okay, because I think we should, like, for one thing, I can just delete all of that and get that down. And I kind of wonder if we'll change, just formatting.
Let's see, when did you send it?
Friday?
What is it, Friday?
What was the date?
27th, 28th.
Is it in with the theater policy? Or is it different?
No, it was just it had it'll have 3 or 4 of them.
Did you see on it?
Oh, excuse me.
I'll forward it to you right now.
Scenarios? Is that what it is?
Load in, please wait.
Oh, oops.
It's just called theater.
Luckily, most of these things
Yeah,
we had
they are.
already kind of covered with the packet we already gave them.
It was on the 28th and it just says theater.
Thanks, Jim.
It's coming to your inbox now, Donna.
Okay. Thank you.
So what was the job description or what one are we on now?
Are we gonna do the budget first, because it's number 1? or
Apparently you
no?
need to send it to me too, because, I know I got it, but I've got so many things about jobs in here, I've been flooded.
Yeah, that's what mine does, cause I have like, oh, it's that job site they keep sending me.
Coming now.
And then job revenue, every job this job.
Telemarketers. It's crazy.
I'm over to Rolling Thunder today and put an ad in about Easter Bunny.
I talked to Milton and asked if he'd make us a couple of posters. Let's see if he has time.
Yeah,
I
saw
looked
that.
over to Walmart too to see if I could get the hot.
Hey,
Still
I never thought of Milton. Do you think he would want to help us make
Okay,
a logo?
I'll call you right back.
Yes, when it comes time, yes.
Because we definitely need like
Just
some
see, I'm in a
branding.
meeting, I'll call you right
I
back.
talked to him about
Oh, okay, Natalie was saying hi, Dana, so.
it. There is
Oh, that's sweet, look at you. You sweet little girl. I'll talk to you soon, Natalie.
Great,
an
she's
effort
showing
in
her
town.
cats.
Oh, I love them.
that I've
Okay, I gotta go.
been
Okay,
connected
sorry.
about.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
That
Bye.
is looking to bring up the subject again, community center. And Milton's hot on it. So is a lot of people in town. I have my personal opinions about that. So I wanted to share with you guys, this is often because I was gonna wait till the end, but Milton made me think about it, so. I've changed my vision about the theater. We know, and this is just my personal opinion, nobody can argue it because it's just my personal opinion, thoughts to throw out there to you guys. Maybe some of you would like to share that opinion and that vision, I don't know. But if you're looking at the theater, Donna and I one night were out in front of the theater, and I turned around and I said, Donna, wouldn't this beautiful brick building be a wonderful addition to the theater? And I mean, that's never left my mind. We have to do something different. We have to become something more. We're gonna have plays. We're gonna have to do some things. I think that personally we should connect the theater and the theater and a cultural center together.
Mm-hmm.
And the building goes deep. I've asked people, because I'm not a theater person, can like if we were to open up a little bit of that side, that wall, because the wall's a butt, could we like have a play or have groups, bands, whatever, work off from stage left without having a stage right? And they's like, yeah, we could have dressing rooms back there. We could have what we need. And we could open up where the concession stand is and the foyer and make that a nice reception hall. We could have an art gallery in there. We could have brand new bathrooms up on the ground level, handicap bathrooms. We could have a new concession stand. We could have a couple of rooms to rent if people want to have birthday parties. We could have an after school. I mean, the sky's the limit. We could have an after school arts and crafts program for, a particular age group. One person said to me, actually it was Matt Bolster said, I think it was Matt, maybe I'm wrong. I'd like to see a pool table where people could come after school and play pool or whatever. And I said, sky's the limit. I don't know that I agree with every one of these things that are being put out there, but I think our community is too small to have much bigger than that. That's just my personal opinion. As much as I'd love to see, I'm like, guys, why don't we start by having a full-time rec director? We have got buildings around town. We've got gymnasiums around town. Why can't they set up programs, that rec director, take their show on the road one night, maybe 2 nights, whatever. Have open night up to Warsaw. And maybe a couple of nights have it down to Parks Gym, or, set up down in Manson Park school, an after school arts and crafts program. There's so much a full-time rec director could do. We don't even have that. How can we support a community center? I personally think we need to utilize what we have. And we have that beautiful building right next door to us that's just sitting there. It would bring life to our Main Street. So I feel like it's a little premature, but that's kind of my vision. And there's money out there for cultural centers that have theater productions and have theater, and just a thought, guys.
Who owns that building?
I think Dwayne Ames, and I have his phone number, but I would like to wait until he's back in town. He's still out of town. And I don't know really who the right person is to approach him, but there's going to be some meetings coming up with all these people that are going to be looking at a community center.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I hope their efforts don't take away from what we're trying to do.
I don't think it will. I think it will. We'll see. Complement each other.
So anyways, proposal, the first one, proposal based upon the budget approved by the town council, which was blah, 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 blah. So we can see this stay open.
Well,
So what you girls come up?
first of all, for her to put approved on the budget that she put out for $100,000 is pretty, I mean, we all saw that budget and it was not, I mean, she just went through and axed out the $45,000. I mean, it wasn't any kind of a real functioning budget. So that being said, and being already partway through the year, we tried to revise B1's projected budget where we had voted on B1. Smack me if you want to chime in anywhere here. So we tried to revise B1's budget based on it being like half the year through instead of starting from the beginning of the year.
So that's what Rochelle did. She started
Yes.
from the beginning of the year and what it would look like for a year.
So we took like half of last year's actuals and added it to half of the B1 projection, kinda, you know what I mean, to get the higher projected budget that we have right here this year. So we did change from Catherine's budget because this is an actual like budget that could function, like it has a reasonable amount of part-time labor and stuff.
Right.
Neither one of us are real confident on like payroll taxes and stuff as far as switching that stuff out. I mean, we're probably not a bunch of people, but we did our best anyways. So as you see, it came out to be about 117,000. One concern that I have and that I would like to bring up with the counselors and ask some questions about this, I do believe that it is correct that the more revenue we raise, the less the town is going to pay up until we hit this budget. So to come up with $117,000, we don't just have to raise 17,000 extra. We have to raise, 50-something thousand or 60, whatever 60,000 that comes out to. But I got thinking of a way around it. When Catherine had mentioned, and like our fundraising account that is separate, or if we had gotten a special revenue account, we can start putting our special event money in that other account instead of putting it into the regular budget. Try to keep our regular, keep our regular movie money and everything in our regular budget and try to hit the projected revenue and everything, but keep these other event monies in a separate account, so that when the $100 budget is done from the town, we have $17,000 to fill the gap. Because that's what we're going to need, $17,000 to fill the gap, as long as we keep it separate from the $57,000 we need in revenue. Otherwise, I think we have to
Goes into like the
phase
general-
out the town. You know what I mean?
Pays out the town.
Their funding will phase out as ours goes up.
Yeah, I think.
They'll pay less if we make more, which in theory is great, but our budget is over the 100,000, so we need to have them pay in their 45 and then us make the other 17.
So
Not
we wanna
us
use
have to
their
make-
45 first, basically, and then us kick in the rest.
'Cause
Well,
otherwise
right,
you
and
have
it'll
to
be
make
our
all of it.
$57,000 worth of our projected revenue and their $45,000 that they put in.
Out of curiosity, has any of us looked at some of these upcoming events and kind of estimated how much we're to make for the next 2 months? Do you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I mean, it really depends on ticket sales. We don't know how it's gonna go.
I do have a file that I made and had Rochelle look over, where we can put in what the cost of each thing is gonna be, and then how many tickets we need to sell to break even.
Right, I like that.
So I have one of those. I
Awesome.
have a file like that.
You are awesome.
So we can use that and put in numbers.
I think we should So I think we should have an estimate of how much we project that we're going to make.
Well, if we just have one event a month, because I sat and did this for a minute, nothing that I wrote down, just sitting
If we
and
had a
typing
comedy
in
show,
numbers.
like our first comedy show once a month.
Once a
we'd be
month.
all right.
Because that's what I was wondering, if we could get them once a month, do you think,
I
Charlie?
don't think, I personally, I wish we could do that. I think the public is not gonna go for
Not
it.
gonna go,
Yeah.
won't
I
come
don't-
out once a month for them?
Possibly once a month for like an event.
One event, so it's a matter of picking which one?
Yeah, I think
No.
any more than 2 a month, we're really gonna,
It's like next month we got 3 also,
we'll see how it.
back to back.
Yeah, we're not just catering for Pittsfield though, that's
Right,
what you
we're
guys
trying
don't
to
understand.
get
Well, that's the thing,
people.
that's what we're trying to
Yeah.
get people in.
And I think
I
that
think
you're,
we're talking about just Pittsfield. I think we're talking about
I think that this is
everybody
a-
in general.
but I think that this is such a good mix of events.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a great mix of events that we have coming that are gonna cater to
All
different
different
tastes, so we're gonna get, you know, all different people. Quite a bit of hits on the comedy show already, the drag queens are real popular already,
Jerry Lynn, why do you think that we're saying just Pittsfield? Did
The way
any of
that
us
it
say,
sounds, the
did
way that
anybody
it
say the
sounds.
people of Pittsfield?
The way that you put it all the time when you say, it's like, well, we only have 40,000 or 4,000 people in Pittsfield. Well, we're not catering to Pittsfield, there's Newport, Plymouth, Palmyra.
but they're our
Detroit.
core.
Well, of course, they're here. But
So,
obviously not everybody's just gonna come out from Pittsfield to the theater.
Right.
They go elsewhere too, they go to Bangor, they go to Waterville.
so if we have an event, like say we make $3,000 at an event, if we do one a month, that's $36,000 a year.
Yeah, but not every event is gonna make 3,000.
No, but say if we could make the 3,000 in a month, I mean, look at the events we got coming.
Now, are you including like what we make on tickets or just events? On tickets for movies? Like a
No,
combined?
no. These are
Most
just, if we
events.
have a
Just
$3,000 event each month, it's $36,000 extra revenue.
Oh, excuse me. But that's not enough to meet the budget.
It's not enough to meet the budget if we put that in the general revenue and
Right.
phase the town out of it and come up with the 117. But it is enough extra that if we had it in a separate revenue account, when we run out of the $100,000 of what we have in the budget, we would have that money
Right.
to cover the 17.
So you would like to, you want to consider proposing that to the town?
Well, I
That
have
our money be in
questions
a
about
separate
it
account.
because Catherine had already said we could have a separate revenue account.
Good.
So I don't, you know, that things can go into a separate account. So I'm not 100% sure.
You know what? I'd like that said in public,
Well,
that she said that we could.
put things in a separate revenue account.
Yeah, I'd like that said in public.
But we already, it's just like our fundraising account, just another one. It's
Good.
like another
I
fundraising
would really
account.
like it, put it in public, and so everybody hears it.
She did, she was on the.
It was in the town council meeting.
Right.
Oh, good.
I heard that myself.
Right, I think it
Yeah.
was, right,
I didn't, sometimes you don't grasp everything that's
Right.
being said at the moment. That's awesome. I'm glad it was said in public.
Yeah. So we're close at our $117,000 budget, I think. I mean, at least the $100,000 budget was useless.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the actual line items in the paper. And Jenny put in the actuals and stuff so far this year. That's what that extra column is. And like some of the bills hadn't come in, but like you put in the money, you know, because like you said how much it cost, the $6,000 for the, did you pay $6,000 for the
I thought it was
repairs?
for the furnace.
Right. See, we don't have a receipt or anything on that yet, but trying to figure out what was gonna go in each. I mean, some things we were already way over on from the budget she gave us.
All right.
So that's that.
And 700 for fuel.
Hmm.
That's why I see my budget's already showing, it's gone.
And you look at light bill and.
Yeah. So I will, I can go get the rest of the March figures now, because I only have the March figures up until midway through the month. You think, and then,
They won't come out. I got, like, from my movie, but the rest of it won't come out until.
no, but like when I get it right from Catherine, like I did last time, she gave me the up-to-date for halfway through March. I already had up till the 13th. Not the same stuff that you do, not as far as like ticket information and stuff, but as far as the regular budget.
So this, you're looking at, this one. Amber, you're looking at this.
No.
No? The expense and stuff?
Yeah, the regular
Supplies.
report.
Maintenance?
I don't know where I don't think.
Because I haven't got that one
I
yet.
think, yes, I think that's a more condensed version of this, because this is what you're getting, is
This is
information
it,
about
right?
this.
Is this what you're
I think
talking about?
that is
that's
a more
what- I think
condensed
that's what-
version of it.
This is
Okay.
one that you want right here.
Right, but she's been giving me the whole budget like breakdown. You know, she gave me the whole revenue and expense, right here, expense detail report. Like that.
Is that not what you get?
You don't get this? Shows the payroll and what everything's.
I think I actually have a copy of that.
That's interesting. I wonder why not.
Yeah.
So what do you get from her? From the town office as far as your expenses? You don't get the details and how they go in the budget?
They're different. It's, I don't have it with me.
Okay. I'd be interested to
Yeah,
see
I-
next
I-
time.
Well, I'd be interested to have that, so.
It's just the expense detail report.
I know.
I think I have that actually too.
Yeah, so I'll just go get, because this one, see, clearly they fixed it once I requested it, because they have all these payroll entries for that day, and they have a bunch of other, you know, they did it when I requested it.
I haven't got anything like this. This, oh, this is, this is.
So midway through March, we've already spent $26,424.
Yep.
It's like,
And
that's the first quarter.
Yeah,
26, what?
26,424.
It's not really the first
Okay.
quarter until we get the end of the, because
That's
it only was
through
to March
mid-March.
13th, I think, was the day end. So
26
I
bucks,
can,
Jenny, sorry. I think it was 424. I think our number might have been a little bit different than what you got though, because
we added
we
in
added the
the,
6,000 for the pipes. She didn't have that in, Catherine didn't have that in that report, but we added it to our number.
just because it was so significant that we,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we didn't wait for
Yeah.
the thing on it,
You
but.
knew it was
close to
coming,
s-
right?
It was close to 6,000 anyway.
Okay, so I will get
a rough
expense.
And then payroll will drop, you know, for two.
All right, so we pretty much have got 2 and 3 covered, right? On our projections that we gave them already.
Mhm.
So, 4 is what I was talking about. Can we have a projection of what our next 2 months are looking like?
So, if you want,
March, April.
I'll have to clean it up a little bit, 'cause it's gonna delete some.
Our revenue projections.
So I just put random dates in there, put a band, whatever it is, how many hours the show is, and then we can add in the cost of labor, how much the tickets cost, And we can put like little notes in here, like if we get them sponsored, then we put 0, but we make a note, this is how much they cost, whatever. Cost for the building to be heated, the lighting, we can add in concessions if we want to, so it would give us a total cost. And then I put in the price of the ticket, and then it'll tell us how many tickets we need to sell to break even. And then once we know the actual number of tickets, then it can tell us the profit that we made from ticket sales. I'll delete that, and then the profit, we can add in what we made in concessions, that'll give us our total profit. So we can kind of put in projections, we predict, like the comedy night did so well last time, so maybe we say we have that many coming in next time, and this would be our projected profit.
So do you guys think that we should have that prepared for them for the next 2 months? So it shows what, we do have a long-term, we have a short-term plan.
Yep.
And for right now, this is part of a piece of our plan.
Yeah, so we could go ahead and put in the events we've already had, and put the events that are coming up, and try and put in numbers to predict how much we think will happen, and get kind of an estimate.
If we go over the estimate.
Right, I mean, we can even lowball estimate
Yeah.
it, like say we sell half the tickets every time,
Right.
or something, you know,
Right, I mean-
what our bottom's gonna be, and then
Show what's
what if we
what's
sell
that.
out every time, what our top
Yes,
end's gonna
awesome.
be. Hope for somewhere in
Yeah,
the-
well, no, I want.
Well, yeah, right.
Throw a dart.
Well, that's kind of what it's like with the
Exactly.
to predict it.
Check, predict.
God, let me pull out my genie.
Okay, so maybe we should say, since we've started this is what we've done, and this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. And let's see, this meeting we have. The town meeting's on the 15th, so we have the Easter movie and the comedy show
And the play.
and the play to put in. But that will be kind of last minute. But I do think it's kind of maybe worth it to wait until after that weekend to really do the revenue projections. You know, to really get a feel for how the things are going to go now that we've had a couple, see if we're continuing, see if we're building bigger, see, just kind of see.
You see?
Yeah, I see.
Well, we can put in things like the heating.
Right, get some things ahead.
And just get that, and then
Labor
fill in the like the number of tickets that we're predicting after that, so we have a better idea.
Yeah.
Because we can't really predict off 2 events.
So we want to do that.
Right, it's hard to. So that part,
I've already had tickets on Will Call.
for
Awesome.
comedy night,
Yeah.
people are psyched about it. The drag queen thing too, I do hear
know,
a
they're
lot
going
about that one.
crazy. It's like 400 people. Well, you can't predict on that too, that say they're gonna go on
Right.
Facebook, but there's like over 400 people that are interested.
Right, so that's bound
And
to.
my girl wants tickets ASAP so she can get on selling them.
There you go.
I
Love it.
have had to have some conversations with people in the community that it is considered an art form, and that as a theater we want to represent all art forms, because there are some people out there that are a little against it. It's an art form.
Not everybody's
It
gonna like
might not
everything.
be my taste, but
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's kind of
We're
like
not-
independent film.
We're
Right.
not picking and choosing as long as it's,
Bringing in money.
Right.
It's
well,
a-
And this
it's
is
gotta
no-
be more than just bringing in money.
It's not
I
like
mean, rated.
nasty.
And you
That's
should
brings
bring
in
up
money,
to
but
them
we're
that
not gonna do that.
University of Maine's having a drag show kind of right before us.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes people a while to wrap their heads around ideas.
Here we are.
Well,
like
reducing
dressing up like
expenses
clowns.
and increase
true.
revenue is essential. The long-term capital needs of the theater is crucial. When will a plan of capital work?
who's proposed?
Well.
Well, I think we need to also address the when does the committee have a plan to have a long-range plan? So we've got the short-term plan, when are we planning to get them a long-term plan? Is what they wanna know. And personally, I would like to know, before we commit to finding people who are going to be business planners to come help us and accountants who are gonna volunteer their time.
I was wondering if that would, that's the last one?
On 5, yeah.
Well, there's
Right.
more on the back, yeah.
There's more.
Well,
Yeah.
but to me, that would go, this is my opinion, that would go in when, the budget, when
Right,
you do
that's what I'm
that.
thinking.
Because then you also have to do your, in October, is usually when they come online. So you do your budget to get ready for October, and then it goes through into December. But then you can do your capital budget, and with that, and that's usually what I do both of them together.
Is there a capital budget?
You have to have a capital budget.
Has anybody seen that?
I
Anything?
don't think so.
So maybe we should get the current capital budget.
Unless it's one of these line items, I don't know.
It's a different-
It's a different thing.
Okay. So that's the answer to that.
I
As
think
far
we're
as
doing
the.
it both together.
Well, none of us are accountants or I question why the town has our group making a town budget. But anyways,
The group doesn't.
we've been asked to
Yeah, the group has been asked to
To
come
make-
up with something.
a regular budget based on this figure.
Oh, okay.
That's what
These are.
the revised B budget is kind of showing where we're headed for the year
Mhm.
if this position switch kind of happens halfway through. And of course, part-time payroll has been higher. Payroll has been higher a lot than at this time,
Last year.
Yeah.
last year, or what we
Yeah.
thought it would be. So,
So do we need to take that to the town accountant and see if we're on the right track, the budget?
the town doesn't have an accountant.
No? I thought there was. Okay.
I don't think
Who's
so.
the accounting for the town?
They do. I asked Catherine about it, and I asked if they use like an accounting service, and they don't.
Okay.
That's probably why it looks like this,
Mm.
because there isn't an accountant.
Thinking.
in the accounting.
Thinking.
I can get another meeting with Catherine.
Okay. Just to make sure we're on the right track and giving them the stuff they actually
Well,
need.
one thing
Be
that,
tactful.
well, like this whole we don't need a job description and stuff, that's not what. Like, I don't know if it does any good meeting with her, because somebody else talks to her. I mean, she wants different things than
She
what
comes
she
up with something different.
said in the meeting. I mean, because this was, I mean, she did kind of want a list of, I thought anyways, that's what I took from our meeting, but, and how it would work together and.
But this is awesome because it's in her email.
So the long-term plan, we feel like we need to get through the first
You
short
guys
term.
are gonna be busy with this all night? I've been up, all night with my dog. I literally saved her. That was my mom's dog. My mom passed away 4 years ago, and she must have got into something last night. She was choking on it, and she literally,
Jerry.
died, so I had to shove my finger down her throat, and I've been watching her all night, so.
Oh, how traumatic.
If you guys are good with racking your brains together on this, I'm
So I don't
fine.
think we'll be voting on anything tonight or anything, are we?
No, you don't
I've
have
been,
one.
yeah, I missed my doctor's appointment because when I did get to sleep, I slept right through my alarm. So I hope that, because she stopped breathing as heavy as she was. So she's calmed down some, but I'm just still watching over. She's wicked old. My mom had her like 2002. And it's like, oh my God, dog.
She's friendly too.
Yeah.
She like, oh, that's too bad, Jerry Lynn.
She fell right over in bed and just stopped breathing and moving. So I was like freaking and grabbed her and like, you know. So I didn't know if you guys need to vote on anything.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just,
Wrapping your heads on the
yeah.
paperwork.
Yeah, because we already voted on the order, and that's really the only thing we needed voting on, right?
Sorry.
Well, I
Drive
hope
safe
you're,
and home.
hope you're still all right.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. But we'll see. She's
I will
oh,
get in touch with you guys later to see about for tomorrow.
yeah. Jay's been in bed too. If you need me, I'll climb up there and play with the lights, but you'll have to show me first.
What do you need?
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later.
Have a good night.
Here.
Alright, budget. Budget's done. What do you wanna look at next? The proposal, the theater manager job descriptions, or the scheduling?
See you later.
Bye-bye. Grab one.
Okay. The schedule, I should maybe like go through without, cause what I wanted to do, I couldn't get it to do. I would've liked it if like everything for the manager was in red and then I could like highlight down the thing, you know? So like when it shows, you know, assistant manager comes in to ingest the movie here at 1:30, you know, I didn't bother, I mean, this means that they're here. They're just here. So, I mean, I didn't really know how to put
This will
that
be
in.
out more. If they're gonna come in and just the movie on Thursday or Wednesday.
We're closed on Wednesday. Technically, nobody would
Because-
be here Tuesday or Wednesday.
Because you have to get it ingested and then you can preview it on Thursday.
But you can't ingest it on Thursday?
Because you try to get it out as soon as you can so that the film companies know that everything is fine. The earlier you can do it, the better.
We can't be the only place that isn't open on Wednesday. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying,
Yeah. What time does it come in on Wednesday?
4 o'clock. Or it could come in on Friday, you never know. And then you're really scrambling to get everything all done. Because that's happened too.
So it doesn't come to 4 o'clock on Wednesday,
Mhm.
but you think they won't like it if it doesn't get ingested until Thursday?
You can get everything on Thursday, but you try to get everything done on Wednesday beforehand so that you can do your then you can do your previewing early in the morning. So if you have complications, you have time to get a new movie in if you need to. Because you have 24 hours. If something goes wrong.
So it needs to be ingested and previewed by 4 o'clock on Thursday. You know what I mean? If you get it, so you have 24 hours from when it comes on 4 o'clock on Wednesday. Well, whatever. This is just a sample, and whoever gets the position would actually make their own scheduling. And just like lunch break and stuff isn't in here, you know, but somewhere between 4 and 5 when there's I would expect them to set their own thing.
Yeah.
That really, this is just showing how much actual time there is for all this
Yeah.
stuff and to collaborate.
To show that 2 part-time people can
do it and have it even be better for everybody.
Yeah. And I do think a professional person will figure out their own schedule, but I do think we
Right,
need to
right,
have
this is
something
just
to
like a
show
loose sample.
that, where the hours are gonna be, used. That the hours that we're going to be hiring these people will be used and filled up and not wasted,
Right.
or not enough, or.
No, and I mean, there's some variance in here. I mean, this only has us using 4 volunteer hours and 7.5 part-time, other than the manager and assistant manager hours. I mean, and those can be pretty phased out. As far as it wouldn't take much to get the volunteer hours to cover that.
I see what you're saying, yes.
I mean, you don't need a volunteer for 7.5 more hours to phase out that third.
Yeah.
But I do think there is something to be said for having that third part-time employee, even if they are only working 8 hours a week. And there's going to be variance in it too because of events and things. It's not going to be that, the manager and assistant manager really wind up coming in here at 3 o'clock every day. Some days one of them might not come in till movie time and they might be here late on Saturday or whatever.
Mhm.
But it leaves a lot of
It's a.
time.
Right,
A sample.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if we're going to be closed Tuesday and Wednesday, we should be closed. Not paying payroll or heating the building or anything if we can do it.
You gotta clean after Monday night's show. Tuesday morning, or you let it sit there. The longer it sits, the harder it is to get up.
Why can't it be cleaned
During
Monday
the
night
movie.
Monday night,
after the movie?
you gonna stay after and wash the floors and all that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be worked into the hours. I mean, where I work, we have to vacuum, move all the tables, wash all the
But
floors,
usually
clean out
about
the
3 hours
bathrooms.
cleaning after the Monday movie,
But if you have more people doing it,
right?
that would help too.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours for one person or 3
3
hours?
hours of one person cleaning.
So if all 3
Doing all the
people that were there
sweeping and
cleaned, it would
mopping
take
and
about an
everything.
hour. And that's not.
Again,
About
they're
an hour and a
gonna,
half,
they're gonna
but-
figure out their own schedule.
Right, but it'd be nice to think that the days we're closed, we're really closed, not paying any payroll, not paying to heat up the building extra, not,
Yeah.
I mean, things will come up.
Yeah.
Things will come up. Just in general, not schedule things on those days.
Okay. So we got the schedule.
And then the job tasks, WCBs, the tasks and the skills. Does anybody have any thoughts on that?
I literally trust anything you guys have put in.
Okay,
Make it look
for
pretty.
starters, my original schedule where it said close, I put get out. Well, I just, at first I didn't realize I was going to be having other people see it. And then it's like, she's like, get out. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, because I do think this can be at least tweaked so that it comes on one page too, without really making things much smaller.
This one would be able to multitask as well. Answer the phone, pop popcorn, and shovel it into a bag at the same time, whatever needs to be done. Um, I like the 2 years experience. That's for the manager. And for the assistant manager, do we want them to have experience? It just says experience in performing arts, venue preferred. I haven't read every single word here. I would really love that both these people to have experience working. What's the proper way I want to say? Motivating and not guiding. What's the word I'm looking for? Their employees.
Managing?
Yeah, but managing and motivating and being decent to them are all different things to me, but.
Having good communication with them, being able to direct them.
Yeah, directing, I like that better, cause it always amazes me that companies, and I'm working for one right now, have people as managers and people underneath them, and they never give them any management skills. And then I love what you guys did. I just want them to be able to manage their people well.
Well, under it, we said leadership abilities to manage and motivate staff.
Perfect. I'm happy.
Sounds right.
I didn't catch it. I'm happy.
Teamwork skills too.
Yeah. Perfect. Sounds great. Okay, we got that done.
You want to read this or you want me to?
It's just the short-term proposal, one of our short-term. I put the order at the top. And then, you want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay. Regarding the change in operations of the theater committee recommends to the town council proposal B1, which can be found in the packet that was provided at the meeting 3-5. The B1 proposal page details all the projected savings and increase in revenue with a part-time manager and assistant manager at 25 hours, theater being closed Tuesday, Wednesday, and increasing the ticket prices by 1, down 6, 4, and 2. And also included in that packet were the supporting financial documents and revenue streams. So I just put down
Right, so
writing
that we don't
what
have
we
to
said.
reprint
So we don't
it.
have to
Do you think they'll have it?
That's up to them. And that's kind of why I tried to mention it at the meeting,
Yeah.
because in here it asked for those things and we already provided them.
Yeah, they already have it all.
So-
I'm aware of
Kill
that.
more trees.
Right. Why keep printing them? And besides, I had one page that was too big, one page that was too, so that was enough handing out those papers, listening to the complaining.
So I mean, we can also send this to Catherine in digital form again.
And let
Right.
her,
And
if
let
she
her,
wants
if
to
she
print
wants
it
to
out.
print it, she can.
Right, and then it'll just be in their packet.
Yeah.
I think that's
Again.
awesome. Good job.
Then I also wrote attached, we've provided the sample job description for the new positions, a sample schedule on how the positions would function, the revised B1 budget that takes into account the fact that we're already into April. Then I put down, we came up with like reasons for why we chose these things. So reason for having a part-time manager and assistant manager, aside from cost savings, is that it allows a collaboration between two people for event planning and marketing, allows for vacation and sick leave coverage, there's an extra 10 hours of labor, you have a decreased need for the part-time employees in the ticket booth and the concession, and it allows for an increased opportunity for volunteers. So if you have any other ideas?
That's great.
Then we have already begun the changes to proposal B1 by changing our days of operation to Thursday through Monday. We made this change based off the revenue streams for 2017 and 2018, which were also provided in the previous packet. They showed that Tuesday and Wednesday were consistently the lowest days in attendance. So that's the reason why we're closing those days. Then as of March 29th, we've implemented the ticket price change, and that was to be more consistent with towns of similar demographics.
Yeah, you too.
Yep.
How's that going at the ticket booth? Been much
Are people angry?
grumbling?
That's good.
Thank you for letting me
And then as of March 29th, we've implemented the pricing changes to concessions. This was to streamline what is being sold and decrease the materials that need to be purchased. And then we've also changed the movie time, show time to 7, with doors opening at 6:30. And this change was made to make the movie more accessible to all audiences during the week.
Kind of the same thing with the concessions. Anybody complaining, or they're just buying what you got? Good.
Awesome.
So I just threw in why we made these changes.
I think brilliant. Excellent.
I always get down here and I'm cold.
It's cold. I'm like bundled up there. So you're gonna email it all to her?
Well, first we're gonna tweak it again, right? Am I gonna get to March? Not that part, but the budget. I'll do whatever you think. We can send it how it is.
I think let's just send it how it is.
Yeah,
There's
and
enough
that
to
will show,
cancel
because we
over
had it all ready to be on the agenda.
So I'll send all 4 of those documents, and then I'll send the B1 as well. Again, so that they have it. I don't have digital copies of the revenue stream. I just have that big paper, and Jim has my copy. So I can try and get a digital copy, I guess.
Or I think I might still have my original copy too. Because the other thing was, I wondered about fixing this first.
Yeah.
To make it all come on one page. And then, see how hers are aligned left and the new ones are aligned right?
Yep, I can change it.
No, I don't think it matters if we highlighted the one we're gonna be going over. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Or I wonder if turning this way would also show the notes along. See, I didn't really try messing with it. I just airdropped to I was at a friend's house that had a
Yeah, you
printer.
probably have to. I don't know if you print it in landscape, that it's gonna be all on one page, so I'd probably have to shrink down to get
Something.
everything on one page.
What's that?
You can give them magnifying glasses with everything.
But they don't want it. Can't print it on a big piece of paper though. I think it came out great.
So 6, the capital. We need to get the capital plan first.
I will ask for that. And then we'll want to ask them questions before we decide what to do about if we want to start putting these events proceeds in a different account to cover the gap in the end, as opposed to how we have it going into the general revenue. But I think that's something we kind of that'll be better asked of the whole group, do you think? Than to just willy-nilly assume it.
Do we need to try and start finding somebody who can come in and assess the building again? Because the assessment was done, I don't know when. Do you know when it was done? They gave me this packet finally.
I don't think we need to do it.
I think
We need
that
to recommend that they have it done in order for us to start a capital.
Well, why don't we wait and ask them the capital questions after the meeting?
Okay.
Do you want to do that? You know, when they're all sitting here. like, when can they expect a capital plan is when I can ask, well, do we have a capital budget? Or I can ask her when I'm up there anyways, but it's kinda hard for us to make a capital plan when we don't know any of those numbers. I don't know.
So it looks like this was done in 2016, is that right?
Oh, I thought it was older than that.
Yeah, I thought it was
You sure it's not printed in 2016?
I don't know, just as August 2016.
Oh, so maybe it was?
No, we just had it done recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because that lady came, whoever it was,
Oh, maybe.
she went around the building and everything.
Oh, it does say it. I thought it was older than that.
No, you're thinking the one that the Chenko did.
Okay. So we would have to work off that. It's not that old.
Oh, right. Okay. I had one of those too. Well, should we, do you think we should be tackling that at this moment? Or do you think we should plan for capital once we find out about our short-term plan? Maybe like find out about our short-term plan, what we need to do as far as the special revenue account to fill the gap on the funding, if we should keep the fundraising account, you know, how it is, and keep that for capital stuff. Find out about that and solidify the short-term plan and throw it out there like we're hoping to begin the capital campaign within the next, month of completing this first step. Or because also once the snow melts, they're getting up on the roof for us to see what needs to be done to make it not leak so that we can paint the building.
They are?
Supposedly.
And I got 2,000 budgeted to just have the roof patched.
You did, but do you still? Okay, just checking.
No, I don't, Amber, I don't, because I just remembered, because I don't have much in
Well, just let
maintenance
me
anymore.
know. I don't know either.
For maintenance, there isn't any,
Right,
so,
no,
Okay,
because
so I
right.
don't know how that's gonna do.
In the new budget that she had provided, Catherine had provided with us, that had kind of
Yes,
got everything.
yes.
She had dropped that down real low.
Yeah.
Yep, there's only like
Mhm.
2,000
There was
there.
only 2,000 in
That-
there. So in
And
our
Ruby's already-
revised,
A little bit of it for snow removal.
yeah, our revised budget, we had put 10,000 into it, and we've already used 8,750. So that's even over.
Yeah.
It's 2,000 to patch the roof.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had asked her about that in the meeting I had with her.
So we'd have to pull it from somewhere else. Or do a fundraiser.
Yeah, or from the, the fundraising account that we have now. The roof would definitely have to be a top priority on there. Especially if we're talking $2,000 out of the 13. It's gonna have to.
If you don't have a roof, you have.
Yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing.
If we want,
Right now, that's gonna be
if we
different.
follow
We
this
can
plan,
really
that
know.
would have a problem.
But it would be nice to see how much it would be to have the whole roof. But I guess it says it right in
Yeah.
there. As
If we
of
wanted to
then.
do what this proposal is, which is demolition and removal and redo the whole
Whole thing,
thing,
How
right.
much?
183,000.
Mhm. I think that's because they're counting also with that, Jen, is the extra skeleton on there, is why. I think that's why it's so much, to get rid of,
So 200,000.
yeah, to get rid of the the beams and stuff on top. Unless, because this has been brought out too, unless we just put another roof on top of it or build up on top so that you can have another room on top.
Unless we go to a nonprofit and get some grants.
I thought P-TAN was gonna,
That's what I thought they were for, to do that.
I think that's
Because
wishful
that would be
thinking.
their vision. I'm thinking for myself, my vision of them is them doing that.
nonprofit part, right?
And
And
getting stuff and the grants and everything that
Like the
needs
capital
to,
campaign and things like that,
to
'cause
get that all going.
they've had
That
so many
was
people
my
contact
understanding
them
of
who
them.
wanna give money.
Or maybe we need to come. The leader of PTN is,
Isn't it Sarah?
she is, I don't know that I want to use the word upset. I want to be gentle. She is sitting back and waiting to see how this goes. And she is not going to align with anything that doesn't go with her principles.
so she's just waiting for us to do it. Right.
She has asked several times what our vision is,
The mission.
what our mission is. She's asked several times and we haven't done that, and I think
So,
that's
but-
important to her.
But we did that so they don't like what we have? What was on,
Well, I think
For our
that she
mission and vision
feels, and I'm
statement?
just talking what I'm interpreting, that she feels that some of the things that I'm not sure. I get the impression that she may feel that some of the things that are coming up here are not in line with the part that says all children's potential. I think she's looking for a more wholesome, child-friendly environment.
Or a changed mission, because that one could be tweaked. You know, to include community, not just, I mean, it's a community thing, not just the kids. So maybe we do need to change that, where it just talks about kids. Because we're definitely trying to get people in other than kids, because the kids haven't been coming. What do you think?
I think that we need to look beyond the next couple months and do we honestly believe this town is going to fund the theater next year? I believe deep down they're going to actually fund it.
I think it depends on how much funding we need. Yeah, I do. I think if it comes up at $10,000, I mean, I think we would need a drastic difference than this. They're not going to fund $50,000 again. But yeah, I think if we come close, I would bet on it. If we're talking $10,000 instead of $50,000,
But why would we rely on the town when we have an opportunity to get more monies somewhere else to fix the building?
because I still think that you can still get the funding, because we are still, you're underneath the town
right?
funding for the 501c3 in, you're still there because you're underneath the town. You go up on
Then
your
why haven't
own.
we done it?
We're a town committee.
But why hasn't it been done? How many times have we heard Catherine say the funding's all gone for theaters? There's no funding for theaters.
For theaters, there's plenty of money for theaters, but you've got to have the acts and stuff in there to do that. You've got to be able to have the live shows. You've got to be able to do the theater. You don't have the funding for
A movie.
film,
Right.
the cinemas. You
So
need it
how
for
are
them.
we going to get those performances in there?
We've got to find out the right people like I've said all along, you've got to try to work with schools, you've got to try to get.
Why hasn't it been happening, I guess, is
Because
the.
I guess, Amber, is because myself, I guess, when I go to approach different people, I don't use the right wording, probably, I don't know. I still would love, and I think we still got time to do a summer program in there.
We've got one on the works. Well, I didn't want to bring it up because it's not very far in, but I have talked to somebody, and they're going to talk to somebody, and they're going to talk to somebody.
That's the thing, and I guess that's where I don't know, because I've reached out to different people in the school system to see about bringing in the show chorus, or try to get other people interested in bringing in theater workshops and stuff, and
Now, when you're asking to bring in the schools,
but I said, I'm just wondering if the person is actually just interested at that time, to see if we can try to get things together, and if they are really interested, and then we can go further and say, okay, then we need to meet with the committee and try to figure out how we were gonna make this work, and how much are they gonna get paid, and how is it gonna be rented out to them, all that. But it's not gonna go that way if you can't get the person interested first.
well, especially our schools are probably expecting that when they're contacted and asked to bring their act to the community theater, they're probably expecting it not to be them renting it. You know what I mean? I would think anyways, if we're reaching out to the show chorus at Warsaw, we can't be reaching out and expecting them to rent it. We need to reach out and beg for their event and let us take donations or get a ticket price. You know what I mean?
That's fine, but I'm saying I would like to have a workshop, or whatever they're called.
Theater camp or.
Right, or a camp, or the workshops, and have it at the theater, so that the school's out, 6, 9, 10 weeks maybe?
10 usually.
Something like that. So you can.
Swim lessons is 10 weeks.
So at that time, then you can have the use of that theater to do that. But like I said, I haven't even really got anybody interested to go forward with that, just to see if they were interested in doing a theater camp or anything. Because that's the type of things you're gonna need to get, and once you do, then you can still go get your grants from that.
So the barriers, there are other barriers. The swipe machine, we were very excited about that. That's useless to us. That's useless. That's gonna charge somebody $1 when they buy a candy bar. That's not gonna go over too well.
No, but it'll be okay for event ticket sales, I think.
But that's up to the person if they wanna use that or not for that.
It is up to them, but we need to have that as a business. We are a business, and we need to make it business friendly. We need to make it customer friendly, and customers are not going to take advantage of it, and we're missing out if they don't take advantage of it. And we can't have a. Yes, we can have a capital campaign. We can call people up. We can sit down here some night and call people. And ooh, $200, that would be great. Now, you don't mind if there's an extra charge on top of that, do you? If we put it through our swipe machine, we're going to have to tell them to send in.
Well, that's like anywhere, though.
They're going to have to send in checks. Well, maybe some will do that and some might not.
But even if I book a venue, I still gotta pay for the shipping on that, and I have to pay a surcharge for using my card.
Any place you.
Good Lord. That's any.
But as far as online, you're used to paying a surcharge with an order. Point of sale, usually the merchant
That's
eats
right.
that charge.
That's right.
Right.
That would be ridiculous when I had my flower shop. If you guys came in and said, I'd like a dozen roses, okay, that's $25. Now, you don't mind if there's another $5 or $6 on there, do you? Yeah, I do. Out the door and up the road.
Yeah. The lack of credit card is a big problem, especially not being able to sell things on that website.
We're
Because
not gonna get it, because it'd have to go through the state, and we'd have to get some kind of program through them.
and now
They don't have
before
it.
they had mentioned letting us do not using PayPal but using like a ticketing service or whatever.
I don't think so.
It was Michael that had mentioned. I don't think Catherine was around then, so maybe.
And when I talked to Michael, he said he didn't think it was possible.
Okay, because he had said that PayPal wouldn't be.
Right.
And even if we should go nonprofit, what's saying the town won't help us out in some form or another? Maybe they'll lease us the building for $1 for however. The other night, somebody's leasing a building for 99 years for $1. Maybe they'll pay the insurance for the first so many years. I mean, we don't know what they'll do.
I'd love to collaborate with if somebody wants to start a nonprofit and stuff, I would love to see a nonprofit come in, and want to collaborate.
So should we make a proposal to the town council saying that if
They need to have a
They
discussion about it.
need to have a discussion, and if that's the vision they have for the theater, as Councilwoman Billings, that's her vision, is to go nonprofit, then they need to have that discussion, and we propose that they create a separate ad hoc committee to
Yes,
focus on it. And
yes.
they can collaborate with one of us, all of us. They have people that come in from the community, they have people come in from the town that know how all this runs, and they create a separate, not us.
Right,
Because
because
that's
it's
not
not,
our purpose.
right, that's
So-
the thing,
so
where,
if this is, I think all of our efforts right now are kind of being stalled because we don't know what they want.
Yeah.
right,
So if they want that, they can't ask that of us because that's not what we
Right.
signed up for. So they would need to create a separate,
or find somebody interested in creating a nonprofit, and then that person
And then
coming to us
transition. Yep.
with what they
Vision.
want to do,
Or
if they want to
group of people.
collaborate, or if they want to lease it, or what they want to do. But a nonprofit, not this committee.
Right.
correct. So
Right.
do we
Right.
want to make that proposal and send it to Catherine to be on their agenda that we,
I think it needs to be
recommend-
part of the discussion.
that they, if they choose to be a nonprofit, that we recommend they create this separate committee or group or whatever we want to call it.
Do you think that, I think that it doesn't necessarily have to be something on the agenda as a voting item, but I would definitely like to see it as part of our discussion with them.
Yeah, me too.
Just to see what they think, because
already talked to
everybody,
Judy.
like Deb coming and saying that we should be I feel wholeheartedly that creating a nonprofit is not something that a town committee should be doing, just in general. I feel like that's a separate thing that I may or may not jump on to get involved with,
Right.
but I just don't feel like it's this
Hard.
committee. So I would kind of like to see what they think, because I mean, Deb clearly thinks that we should be, this committee of the town should be forming a nonprofit. And I just don't see that as,
See, that's where I see PTN.
well, that's kind of what I thought, but I don't know. I mean, just from like the committee duties and everything, like you read those all over, and
Right, so if they wanted us to do it, they'd have to rewrite the whole ordinance.
right. As far as if a nonprofit came in and wanted to collaborate, I would think if that's when they would be looking for our recommendation on, do you want to lease the building to them? Do you want to, set up some kind of deal with them? Do you want them to focus, the capital campaign only, or how that collaboration would mesh, What do you think? Yeah, what do you guys think?
Agreed. It's out of the realm of the
It needs to be brought up. at the
You were saying
meeting.
that you were talking to a couple of the,
I've talked to at least 2 council members about it. 3.
And they think that the committee of the town should form the
No,
nonprofit?
No, they didn't say that. No. Or whether the theater should become a nonprofit and come out from underneath the town, or whether it should stay with the town. That's, I had nothing to do with who should be on the committee, or the nonprofit, or anything.
But creating a nonprofit to run the theater wouldn't necessarily take the theater out from under the town. So, would it? I mean, because the town would still own the theater.
Building. So then the nonprofit could lease it, or the nonprofit, if we wanted to, could buy it,
Right.
if the town wanted to sell it.
Right.
And who knows, they might wanna rent to sell. You know, rent it for
Something.
so many years, and then with the vision of them eventually buying it, and buying the building next door, and then
Right.
creating a cultural center.
Yeah. Yeah. But that would be, you know, a nonprofit would have to
Right.
come in with their vision.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it doesn't do us to say any good. Yeah, we'd love to lease it to a nonprofit. Well, we'd need one to come in, somebody that wants to create a nonprofit and come in and do this. I mean, I guess that's probably what we're lacking. A lot of people saying it needs to become a nonprofit or whatever, but
Well, I don't think anybody is going to really rally around the idea unless the town is open to it. Then I think you'll find people that will want to be on a board.
so just we find that out. One of the things we can discuss at the meeting.
And personally, I would love to see the first 2 members be the Grays,
Why?
because they are
Mhm.
a wealth of information, and they have the time and the energy and the interest in the place.
We'll have Peg back next week.
They are very much for the town, and they very much love the theater, and they want to see it go on.
How do they feel about a nonprofit?
I don't know, I haven't asked them.
Oh.
well, I don't know. I don't know that goes with this, because the Labor Foundation is what Peg brought to the committee. When was that?
Last year?
Was it 2017? Oh, it's 2016.
Oh, I've got it right here. There's last year.
Yeah,
Labor Foundation, right here.
yeah. That's a lot of
Materials
work.
provided 8/8/18. So it was last summer.
Oh, yeah. I just found something the other day that I put 18 on my budget.
Did you happen to see what the Lieber Foundation has done to the town of Monson? Unflippin' believable.
I
They've put
heard.
millions of dollars up there. Theater project is similar to some others we've seen in Maine communities as a group organization to do something about this kind of facility. Nonprofit arts group in Dover Foxcroft ultimately succeeded to refurbish the Center Theater into the downtown Performing Arts Center. They started in the late 90s, and I believe it took them 8 years for them to generate the committee energy and dollars needed to renovate and run it. As you well know, there are several other examples of towns throughout the state.
Guess they've done a lot too.
As for any inquiries that come in with the foundation, the proper course of action is to submit an application, and if and when you qualify, the group might wish to do that. The number of array of worthy applicants we see each quarter is very large, and cannot say how this theater project would stack versus the others, but consider us informed of your interest in it, and that is to Pete Digue and a gentleman from the Lieber Foundation, Craig Denska. I don't know how to pronounce it. And they give lots of money. This is some of their things that they've given over the years. Just picking one out. Maine Discovery Museum, $100,000. Then there's $1,000. But some of them 50,000. 50,000. That's the Maine's Children's Museum and Theater of Maine.
Portland, I
It was
believe.
in
right?
2017.
Isn't that what it's called, Portland?
Yeah.
They have like a little theater in the bay. Have you been to that Children's Museum? Oh, you'll have to go. Little Rock will love it. Yeah.
$100,000 to Portland Stage Company.
Portland Museum of Art, same thing.
Two of them. Two right in a row. So, there's money out there.
But that's what they've said, and that's what Catherine has told us right along, we need to become a performing arts center in order to get the money.
Right.
And that's what
You
the
know
whole
what I
point
would
of
like
getting
to
the
know?
performances.
What is the qualifications of being a performing arts center? Do you have to change your name and have 4 shows a year? I mean, what's the qualifications?
Right, and it's like, in what shows, does it have to be theatrical? Do we have to have plays to be a performing arts center, or can they just be like music
Anything
that we're bringing
educational.
in?
You can do educational things. You
You Googling it, Jenny?
Mm-hmm.
I know her.
can do independent films with that. You can do.
Well, I just
See,
wondering
we have
if
all
any
these
of the
things
that are
coming.
going on,
What's
if they're if that would be, they're not educational.
If you
You know, there are
Well, the opiate one's going to.
Yes, yes.
The thing that
Bonds
Bonds is
Bonds is an
educational
educational.
and it's community event.
Oh, he's gonna do popcorn tomorrow. They're bringing their own popcorn in.
Yes, organic popcorn for all. Yeah,
Is it
I saw
Little
that.
Lads?
What?
Is it Little Lads? Is Little Lads organic?
I don't know. It says in his new update thing. Was it Facebook that I read that? I think it was Facebook. He updated the event or whatever. Just gave people directions. They've had a lot of inquiries. He's won people, if you haven't reserved your spot, to,
Do some.
yeah.
I worked on the marquee
Before they run
today
out.
with Ben helped me with the marquee today.
So is the concessions area gonna be open at all?
Just the popcorn. Just the popcorn.
Oh, but their popcorn.
Yeah,
Right,
and-
so you're not gonna be in there selling
And
things.
And he's gonna buy it, whatever he wants to buy, the medium popcorn.
And what about beverages?
No, they're doing coffee.
Yeah, but what about other beverages? People who don't drink coffee.
I had questions about upcoming events, like for the jazz thing. Gonna do it just for donations, like last time, like last year, we just stood there.
That's kind of what he's insisting
That's what he's,
on.
yeah, because that was it, and we just stand there with the tickets, and so we keep one, and give the person one basically enough, 250 we start. When we're at the end, it's like, that's all we can hold. And, but we just stood there with the bucket, and people just gave donations as they came in.
That's awesome.
And we had over almost $400 that night, last year. I remember, yeah.
Do you want help that night?
So
We
that's
need
what
to
I was
get our
wondering, it's like, we
volunteer
need to
schedule
get
going
this
or something.
worked out,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
that's
we do
next
someday.
Tuesday.
I had one.
You know, so it's like.
Yeah, and
concession will
does
be
anything
open
need to
or
be
not?
cleaned before Thursday? Is it all ready to go for Bond tomorrow?
Because I'll make sure that because I don't want them just to move this time.
Yeah.
They're coming in at 4.
So do you need help tomorrow with anything?
Jen, do you have a calendar on the website?
Mhm.
Putting out all of our events and everything?
I wanted to tell you, during the end of the town meeting last night, one of the council people said, I opened up the paper and I was so delighted to see a nice schedule, and that's what she did, a nice schedule, nice neat schedule. All of the events coming up this month. That was great. I was like, oh yeah, that's all right.
Good, good. And I was wondering if there's any way we can make like a poster of that to put at the theater.
On the window.
On the window, you know, because like where we have upcoming events.
Yeah.
And like right now, what do I see? You have that. But
That's
it's
gonna
like,
go on there.
can we, you know,
Enlarge
big
it,
enough,
though,
and
so that-
what do we have showing people that come Tuesday and Wednesday that we're closed? It's just not open. You know,
Is there a new
other than the
hours
paper,
sign up there with the days we're closed?
Just the days of hours, I mean, the times of hours was on that sign, we did.
So we need a new general schedule,
Yeah,
the hours and days.
right, the days not on there. And that was why I went for our calendars, because like Thursday, we weren't gonna be open, but it wasn't a special thing, you know, and then Tuesday, we're closed, but yet we're having a special event, and so, but they said over there
idea.
that we can just change it every month, and we can just, so we figured we could do them twice a month. So if we have things updated for every 2 weeks, you know,
At the cost of $125.
or 100, yeah. So, but that's my choice.
You're not paying for every one of those.
I am.
Jesus, where'd you get all that money, lady? I come
Don't tell
to your
Mike.
house?
Don't tell Mike. Well, until you get people noticing that there's things going on and that we have a schedule on our website, then they'll know, okay, I'll start looking at the website, I'll start looking there, then they won't
And
rely
I
on the paper.
haven't seen it yet, but it says, check out our website.
Yes. Yeah, and same with, Center Stage. Did also. You know, it said that we have new hours, new times, new prices, everything's new, check it out, any questions, go here. You know, so hopefully to eliminate everybody calling and, you know.
Well, it's been very well received, thank you.
Well, good, and that was the whole thing, everybody just kinda lost us, not being in the entertainment section. So, and even the paper said, after doing it for 20 years, we're just like, well, now what do we put? And you see, they only had half a page this time. You know, last week, was like a page and a half, and I said, well, I want it in the entertainment. I didn't know it was gonna be about the only thing there.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people are moving away from the advertising in the paper just because it costs so much, you know.
But there's a lot of things in there, you see,
Yeah.
everybody's got a block, you know, so every one of them's anywhere from $20 to $50. A little block you put in.
Yeah.
So where are we at now?
Done.
Is there anything
Um,
you guys would like on the agenda for next week in particular?
Well, do we want to hit the vision statement, or do you want to put that off until after the next?
Yeah, I mean, I think.
We could all maybe come with some thoughts on it for next week.
Well, yeah, and I also kind of wanted to throw out that the bicentennial really, they want us to do something. They really do. I don't know what we're gonna do, that
For a certain day, or
something.
do they have something that they want in particular at
Well,
the theater?
There've been a couple of movies made. The Bennett Boy made one. There used to be a
Gabe Crate made one in California. The movie.
there used to be a silent film star that was from Maine, from Pittsfield.
I have that. I was talking to Jane about that.
Have silent film. We can have have a couple events on these. The
So
silent
I
film
told her-
lady, she got more than
I
one
told her
movie,
to
we
put
have
it
a
together
big.
with me and we'll preview it to make sure that it's gonna be okay.
Say that again?
With Jane Woodward, I told her
She's coming over?
at some point, I told her to call me and we'll set up a time and preview it.
What I really want to get, and if you could ask Jane when you have her, because she's the one that shared it on like Heart of Pittsfield or something, said it'd be great if the theater could get this, is the Don Fendler's a new movie. They made a new movie on the thing. I'd like to get that. That might be something good during bicentennial too. You know, based on
Railroad Square had it when it came out, 3 years ago maybe?
yeah, I thought maybe a year or two ago, but that might be good to get. Jane will know who to, yeah, 'cause she already shared it on Facebook and thought.
Anybody else got any
Bicentennial.
ideas?
Does the Historical Society, we can ask them if they have any footage from anything in town. Even at my dad's 50th birthday party, my uncle used to have an 8mm video camera, you know, and videotaped everything, and they had them put on DVD. And at my dad's 50th, we had a big screen brought in, and the movies, because they didn't have any sound, but they just played. What a hit! Just everybody. We wound up setting out chairs because everybody just watched them. The whole town was on them. Little buzz cut boys on the baseball field and just different things. I wonder what the Historical Society, if they have any kind of footage that could be put together, just over the years of things. Maybe burying the time capsule. Somebody must have taken some pictures. Some.
Do you want pictures or you want video?
Well, video would be best, but even pictures could be added to something. Might be a good student project.
Yeah, well, yes, I agree with you totally, but again, we're running in the 8 ball here, behind the 8 ball, because it's like right around the corner.
Well, it's all
We don't
year.
have to do it on,
Yeah, do
you
it
know,
during-
June, what is it, 2nd or whenever they open up the time capsule, but they would like us to do something.
Do they want to open the time capsule at the theater?
I think they're
It's
doing
at
that
the
at the library.
That's where it's at right now.
No, because we have something called the Wasteland or something, and that guy's in it from Maine. So I do have that, and like I said, I was talking to Jane about it, and then we were gonna talk about, see how we can do that to correspond with.
Yeah, I would have loved to have done a talent show or something with different people throughout the town, but maybe it's not too late, but I don't know that I'm the person to put it together.
That's the thing. you need
That we've had so
a person
much
that would know how
other
to do.
stuff.
Every
Every time we get something
Every
done, they
night
got 10
last
other
week,
things
I
they
had
want
to-
us to do.
networking with people,
Mm.
whether it be with PTAN, another gentleman, Wiley. Every night last week I had a meeting.
Do you want Geraldine to do that, to get something together for a talent show?
Yeah, I think Jerry Lynn's plate's pretty full.
I do too, and maybe it's something we should bring. You know what? I will talk to the rec director, and maybe
Have them-
Summer
through the
rec?
summer rec they could do something.
There you go.
Okay, I can do that.
Or if Summer Rec has something they want to have, if they got some drama students and they want to have some kind of rec thing at the theater.
I'm talking to Johnny Bias about it. Kids love him. He's young. He was like first year teacher when Heidi was in school. I thought he was one of the kids.
I don't know who he
He's a
is.
teacher. he's
Is
very
he at
cool.
MCI?
Yeah, he's very
I
cool.
think so, I've heard who you're talking about, but I never met him.
Is he a drama or something?
Yeah,
And he's going to be in town this summer.
well, that'd be good.
Oh, he doesn't work there.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
works at MCI. But you know, they got the summer off, so usually they take off. But he says he's staying in town.
And had you mentioned to him by any chance about getting volunteer kids, student volunteers?
I have not. Everybody
You
directs
have
me
to
to the Hugheses, and I'm not the person to do
It'd be JMG up to MCI or the Key Club.
But
Oh,
all
you know,
the-
I take that back. I did talk to a Key Club member that's very active, and she's like, yeah, yeah. She goes, we have so many people that need, I take that back, I did. But it was just one of the kids. Actually, it was Josie Libby. She's like, oh yeah, you gotta get get me on Facebook, and, she was all like, just let me know, and I'll talk. She is not one of the leaders. Apparently there's 4 of them. And that kind of lead the other kids, and she said that she would talk to them. So whatever we need, I didn't know what we needed at this point, really, to be able to say,
well, working concessions and stuff, the more volunteers we get, the more we can cut down payroll. Because it's over. Payroll's over. Way over.
all right,
So you're gonna put on your agenda about your spaghetti next week?
I can. I was gonna bring this in for Jerry Lynn. This is a cute little ticket. We
Yeah,
all
they
sold
are
them.
good.
They're just so
Yeah.
bright and colorful.
They are.
Sorry, this one got wet. But, would you ask Fiddles if they'll do their yummy sauce again? You have that connection with them? Hello? She fall asleep over there. Did you have that connection? You asked him last year and he did it?
Yeah, I think we all have that connection.
No, you asked him last year and they did it for you. You don't want to do it? If you don't want to, just speak up. I thought you and I would kind of work on this together.
This was gonna ask, do you have like a little group of people that you wanna work on, give out tasks to?
Well, yeah. Donna and I worked, I thought, pretty well in conjunction. She did a lot of legwork and I did too. And I just thought we worked well together. I did make a list of the stuff that we needed and stuff like that, and I haven't pulled it all out yet, but I thought perhaps it was time to start thinking about it. No? Last year, did we barter the printing for?
I think so. I don't know if they're going to. I'm not sure.
The other thing is, I meant to ask, and this might be good to know for this too, so that like when you go ask Vittles, you can also offer them a commercial spot on the screen for their donation, so that they can have a Vittles advertisement and that they donated
Well,
it.
wait a minute, let's,
Did you, cause you got everything donated for this, right?
yeah.
Did you put who donated what?
Well,
Anywhere?
Donna did, and I do think that's a good idea, sponsored by. We did it at the dinner that night. She had a nice list printed out, and when they were exchanging money with Peg Gray, there was a nice list printed out. And we made it very clear. And you had it on the screen too, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you put it on the screen, and you put it in paper. Thank you.
So we could put it on the screen, we could put it on the website.
That's what I wondered about the website. When people sponsor things, is that they will also can get a square in the corner or something? Okay. So if somebody sponsors this event, I just want to know the different things we can offer them.
Put their,
Generous donations. So they can get on the website, they can get on the screen, we
link it to
can.
their own webpage.
Ooh, good idea. Good idea. Reciprocating. Maybe that could.
That's what I did with the Vaughn's thing.
Yeah.
So click here for the event details and it goes right
Nice.
to their event page.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
Could do like that.
Because Vittles will want to do that. They could have a Vittles link on our website for helping. They could, they'll be on the screen.
Tell me what you're thinking. I'm not really getting a good vibe. Do you want to ask those, or would you prefer not to? You need to say yes or no.
I think I did have something else, I think.
Okay. All right. I just thought where you did it last year and you had that connection with them, that you might prefer to do it again this year. That's all right.
Yep, I think we're ready for the town council, don't you guys? That's really the important thing. Of the second. It's all important, there's all new stuff every day, it seems. Get one thing done, they want 10 more.
Yeah.
Have an idea they want to do.
I wanted to walk it last night.
Well, just like having an accountant go over our stuff and stuff, it would be so rude of one of us to go right now during the height of tax season and bother an accountant wanting them to volunteer. I mean, I don't know, do they not realize this? Like, this is the worst time of year. I would not ask an accountant to help us right now. I'd feel so rude. I know what tax season's like. I did it for years, and nobody should bug anybody during tax season when that's the stuff that you do. So, I mean, it's gonna be at least the middle of April before we could even consider getting anybody to help us on that.
And most of them are so tired that they need a week or so off.
Well, yeah, and they put all kinds of people on extension, automatic federal extension. You sit there that lifetime day on the phone.
So we're adjourning this meeting. I don't know why they had this table set up like this, but they had it like this. when
With
we
the
came
chairs
in.
all around it?
Yeah, they must have had a meeting. They've had a few different. Didn't they have something today at 4, recycling committee?
Oh, it was recycling, because I was over there visiting with Dale and Tim had to leave.